Hey guys, what's up? Oh, sorry. I thought I had 1 million subscribers and a hidden sponsorship deal. Welcome to parts 61 and 62 of Build Your Own R2D2. I can't believe we're here already. And by the end of this, not this video, but the next video, we'll be up to part 64, which is hard to get my head around. There's only just over 40 parts left. Can you believe it? Can you believe that? I can't believe that. Anyway, let's get started. I'm quite tired because the clocks went forward last night, so that was no fun. But anyway, I'm quite tired and groggy, but I'm very happy to be doing this so soon after the other one. This doesn't feel like a month. Surely it's not a month. Let's see what there is to do in part 61. I have a feeling it's going to involve the head again. So let's see. Ah yes, not very surprisingly. Here we go with the dome again. We are supplied with some more screws. We've got what to me is another exciting part, which is this part, which is going over the LEDs in the very distinctive square section. That's the technical term. Another very iconic piece, I think, of the dome. And we also get another weird metal piece, which I've seen across the page, is the shoulder joint. So it's basically fitting the top half of the leg in, which is very cruel because it shows it on the body, which of course we have none of. We're being given something that we can't even fit on, and we can't even see where it goes, and we've got nothing to look at. But never mind. All in good time. Everything will come to us. And we've also got this bit. This bit I find a bit strange because I thought all the small slit pieces were... now looking at that picture right there, I see exactly where it is. It's going there, so those are the two pieces we'll be fitting into the head. So let's go do this. Okay, luckily the way they've done it is, I had a horrible feeling they were going to make me try and peel off a tiny little 1 centimeter wide strip of double-sided tape, but what they've done is they're having you put one piece all along the edges like so for both pieces. That's much easier. So let's go and stick these in. Okay, well they're in, but this is the only part I think so far of the whole build where I would have liked clearer instructions. All it says is put them in a dome as shown, and that's them from the outside, but I would have liked to know which way they go up, because I think the metal is definitely angled to follow the contours of the inside of the dome. So I think it would make a difference which way up they went. And looking from just the outside, you can't tell that. That would have been nice. But I used the force to sense which way up they went, and I hope I've got that right. It looks okay anyway. That's the main thing. And so now it's onto the leg. A really massive job coming up, people. Okay, are we ready for a massive job coming up? Because as one eagle-eyed viewer called Chris noticed in my last video, I was a little bit overzealous with the plugs for the leg, and this is the new leg, and what they've given us is these plugs, which is all blurry, but they are D-shaped, as they call them. In other words, they've just shaved a bit off the edge so that they fit flush now with the hole in the leg. I had to dig out the original round ones, which didn't go amazingly well. I dug them out of the other leg. That went very well, but got a few scratches on the inside of the leg, but I'm not too distraught about that. So what you're doing now is putting these in. It has a whole page, in fact more than a whole page, of this procedure. And what I'd really like to know is, why did they not just give us these special shaped ones when they gave us all the other plugs? Can anyone answer that? Because that brings us to the end of part 61. I know it was extremely complicated having to stick a plug in a hole twice, but, you know, we must go through these difficult times. That being said, let us see what's in part 62. Okay, in part 62, it gets quite heavy, or at least the instructions make it look quite heavy. The parts you get are some parts for there's one more part I think for the side of the dome, and there's a couple of pieces for the top, so that's quite exciting. And another piece you will be fitting on the side of the dome is none other than this piece. Now, can't even remember what the first ever issue looked like, but it may have contained this bit, because that is from issue 1. Almost makes me feel emotional thinking about all those parts ago, the very first part, and that's where that plate is from. And now, finally fitting it to the head. And you get a lot of bits of tape for this part as well. The first parts we're doing are the side of the head. Let's go and stick those in. Okay, two things to let you know. One, these are going there, right next to the round bit. And number two, you will need the longer of the double-sided tape. And I think that's the two longer pieces there. Let's get those to one side and let's get these panels on. Okay, it actually said fit the smaller piece second, but that bit was quite the important bit for me because that was the first ever part, so I did that bit first. Doesn't matter which way round you do them, that's those in, just about. They're hanging in there as I twisted one of the bits of tape inside, so I hope that doesn't matter too much. Okay, and now the two pieces that we got for the top of the dome, and we are putting these here and here, just up to the right of the massive square, which is obviously the main lens. And you will also need, from the last, it's part 60, this piece, which will be going that side. So I'll have this weird piece there, and the other two plates that side. Let me go and stick these in. This is going to be quite awkward, and I hope they are very gravity defying, because actually no, I store the dome that way up, so gravity should not be a problem. Well, that was fun, sort of. That is the end of that part. All three are in the top there, looking very nice, but it's just a bit tricky, and I hope that when this is finished I'm not left with weird bits of sticky tape sticking out the head. Now it is on with the scary part. It's very scary when you're feeling as tired as I am right now, but I need to finish these two parts, so let's go for this. Okay, how long has it been since we've seen this thing? And especially worked on it. But that's what we need to do now. You're finding on the inside these two holes there. It's the only part like that on the whole of the inside. As you can see, there's that bit. You need to take the smaller part of the mounting bracket, which is that piece, which I think is made of metal actually. So it's not that piece, that's the big piece. You need this piece, you need to have it that way up, can't focus, and you need to find two little tiny holes, which are right there, to screw in, using the two shorter screws that you got in the bag with the last part. So let me go and carefully screw this in. Okay, and the end result should look exactly like that. Like it's peeping over the top of the window there. Hello. That's the first piece done, and now we need to find out where this piece goes. Oh, I don't know why this was so difficult, but it was. Doesn't help that I'm so tired, but even despite that, it's been very hard. Basically, this bit you need to put next to that, but I couldn't work out which way they were meaning, because their pictures are upside down and then they're up the right way again, and but I think I've finally worked it out, that you need to put this bit underneath that metal ring there, as you can see, and then screw that in place, and then put another nut into that hole there, where my thumb is, and screw that in place. Let me go and do that now. Correction. It does to be up this way. So you're screwing it in from the top. So it's under there like that. It fits very awkwardly. As far as I can tell, this is how it's meant to be. So let me go and screw this in. I have to tell you, that was one of the most difficult things so far that I've done. It's really fiddly, and not only that, the instructions are very tricky because of the way they flip back from being upside down and up the right way, and then with that, obviously up that way, it's that side of it, but up that way, it's the other side of it. So it gets very confusing for my poor little head. But that being said, that is mercifully the end of part 62. I'm only staying awake thanks to my Maltesers here. So thank you, Mars, for making such an amazing sweet. Well, that being said, thank you for watching. This is the end of this video, and I will meet you back here when I've got an empty mouth for part 63.